Welcome back to the Breakfast Breakdown, where we're ripping through a bunch of grappling that we saw down at UFC Fight Island. Now, we can't go much further without mentioning Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not sure how we're going to do this, Dave, because the submission was nice against John Phillips, but it's control and pressure and things of that nature. A long-time wrestler, but the Dagestani handcuffs were there, the leg ride that you were just telling me about. There's a bunch of stuff, maybe look at a couple of things and just...
Well, they all led to the rear naked choke.
Right.
They all led to him just suffocating, like any kind of position. He's got like a suffocating style, no?
Yeah. Oh, completely.
So, yeah, I mean, he's like a rash.
Right.
Like a rash.
He'll appreciate that.
Yeah. So, the one thing I was saying to John, what you got to understand about some of the controls that come from wrestling and some of the controls that come from jiu-jitsu is because of the rule base that changes it. So, for instance, in wrestling, if I take John's back in wrestling, all he's got to do is turn me over and my shoulder's on the floor. This is not good for wrestling. So a lot of the time they have a rear leg ride, which is, instead of me predominantly, a lot of guys will put one hook in, they put the other hook in, and then start to go for submission. But the trouble is with that, if a pin is available in a wrestling sense, then all he's got to do if I'm stuck on his back is turn himself over, and now I'm on my back. So that's not really that cool. So a lot of times they put one hook in here and lace their leg through here. Now all I got to do is put my leg here, and there's a ton of pressure on his hip now. So wherever John goes, I'm just riding that hip, right? So I could do that now. From here, there's a lot of leg attacks I can try to do from here, trying to get the banana split, try to get the twister. There's a lot of things I can do from here.
So let me just talk about the banana split. Little nugget for you guys. I was speaking to his manager, and Hamzat was offered 50 grand by his manager if he could get the banana split in his UFC debut. So this...
No pressure.
Well, it didn't go... I think they just wanted him to, go route one. But this is the reason why, because he has this kind of control.
Well, I think, yeah, that... a lot of times this hip pressure... Because again, if I'm here... Let me just show you. If I'm here on the back and John just turns and spins around, I'm now on my back. And if he does this, I'm pinned on the floor, which is no good for a wrestling situation. So you'll see a lot of wrestlers won't take the back like that. So this whole rear leg ride thing is great. You'll see him just stick here even. Because here I can just keep hitting him and control him, right? And even if he does try to turn, I'm going to stay in a seated position, right? I'm not going to be on my back because I don't have the same, I'm not on him the same. Again, if I'm here trying to put pressure on him and he spins to his back, I'm going to stay top the whole time. The whole time I'm riding to one side of him, there's never going to be, I'm not going to be on my shoulders. Mm-hmm. There's never going to be. And then a lot of the technique from here, from here, I'm on his back here and I start to get one leg. Now it's possible I start to look at that banana split. I start to roll or sit back or do whatever. And then obviously the twister's here, the control's here. This is a great control. I can just hit him. And then of course from all this is where you start messing around with the situation. If he starts bending his arms, especially if I'm hitting him, he starts to defend. This is when this starts to happen. And you start getting these little traps that they do.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of guys will start trapping arms. Again, if in a wrestling sense, I want to trap an arm, don't I? Because I want to push him down and break him to the floor. And it's easier to do that if I have an arm. It's easy, and it's so frustrating being the guy on the bottom. Someone's trapped your arm. Now you're just thinking, I want to get my arm free. It's frustrating. So then that causes me to think of other things that shouldn't really happen. And then obviously, if you've only got one arm to defend with, that's when the choke is easy or the neck crank is easy from these positions. So that rear leg ride is really nice. He utilises that really well, and he knows when to let go of it when people start to flip around. He's floating on the hip real nice. You'll see even when he does the knee on the belly, it's not your typical knee here. It's kind of why I like to use it is the shin across the hip. So he's looking to control the hip. I was once taught the proficient thing in grappling, whether it's standing grappling or grappling on the ground. If I control your neck, your shoulders, or your hip, if I can control one of them, I have good control of you. If I can control two or all three, I've got control of you. So the biggest one of them is your hips. They're the biggest thing there. So if I can ride those hips, I'm going to keep, and he's got good control and good sensitivity of when to let go and not just hold on. Rides it, knees just slides around in position, and it doesn't matter, like I said, it's suffocating. It doesn't matter where you're just countering into something else. So he's always a step ahead of that game, and which will, he just leads to that kind of neck crank, guillotine,
also,
rear naked choke.
Punching the bejesus out of whoever he's
fighting.
Yeah,
the whole time, he's trapping and hitting. So it's just really good, really nice.
It's just he's got such great base. To be able to hit something, it's not easy because you should or can upset your base, right? Your balance. If you're pulling back to hit, you need to be in a strong position for that. But Lerone Murphy did a really good job, by the way. You could see when he finished his fight, he was kind of in like a really strong position here, and you could see he could get the torque in his body. But Hamzat's in on the body.
But that rear leg, try it, John. That rear leg ride. Look, get on my leg. So go like a one hook in. But instead of trying to go straight to my back, just lace your leg all the way through. Put it over my calf and then figure four. Look at that. Look how strong you are.
Very strong.
It's a great position. You start hipping into me, I've really got to pay attention. And it kind of feels like, he's not really got much going on. A lot of times you go, he's not taking my back yet. I'm okay. But then, you try to move and no, actually, I'm in a bit of a spot. Because don't forget, predominantly the grappling that's in MMA is jiu-jitsu. That's where the UFC has come from. It's come from jiu-jitsu. So then when you start to add in different aspects of grappling, because now obviously we all venture off to find out different techniques, and we want the stuff that works, and it was what worked one time doesn't work now, and vice versa, and whatever. So when something not that typical happens, it can be very effective. So I'm sitting there and you just put one hook in. That's okay. Because the other hook's about to come in a minute. I'll wait for that, and then no, it never comes. I'm trapped, now I'm getting whacked. All right. So now that changes the game, see? So that rear leg ride is really good control.
Yeah.
And again, because it's not, if you was to do that in a jiu-jitsu tournament, you could potentially lose the tournament or the match because there's no points for that. I got to put your hook in. The other hook's got to get in order for you to get a big point score. Yeah. So that's never used. That rear leg ride, when would you use it? There's no point.
Right.
Yeah? Because the leg attacks are not as common, and I'm going to get no points for that position. So I go straight to the back, get my 4 points. So that's why that isn't necessarily the go-to thing in grappling from a jiu-jitsu sense. But he's not coming from that. No. Everybody's blending everything, and that's more of a wrestling approach to it, which is
strong,
very strong.
Very strong. Great performance by him. We're just about done on the grappling side of things. Dave, thank you very much for your expertise. Check out all of the videos that we've got for this. Give us a subscribe, a like. Dave on Instagram, me on Instagram, all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.